In case you missed episode 1 in this ARK Invest Big Idea 2021 series, it's linked below and in the cards in the top right throughout the episode. Remember to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss future episodes. We were reminded of how ARK Invest is a few steps ahead of the market, and it's really important for us as investors and lovers of technology to keep up with our latest research. Picking up where we left off, autonomous ride-hailing is still a big disruption that Cathie Wood and team are forecasting in the coming years. Non-autonomous ride-hailing, like Uber as it is today, is a $150 billion industry. The current ride-hailing model costs the customer about $2 per mile. When autonomous ride-hailing scales, it will drive down the cost to about 25 cents per mile. I know many people would object here and say autonomy is never going to happen or is at least a few years away. These are fair objections, and I do believe that true, full autonomy is also at least a few years away. But as we know, being an early investor is rarely a bad thing, and whether autonomous ride-hailing is 2 years or 10 years away, when it happens, it's going to be a massive disruption.
Therefore, we think it's going to scale to, in terms of revenues, from that $150 billion in terms of human-driven ride-hailing platforms to $6 to $7 trillion by 2030, with $1 trillion in operating income, roughly.
Operating income is just another way of saying profit from business operations, or revenue minus operating expenses like salaries and the cost of goods sold. A massively overlooked opportunity is the black bar representing fleet owners. ARK projects that those who own and maintain autonomous ride-hailing vehicles could generate $70 billion in earnings every year by 2030. Hopefully we'll get more color on this in the report, but there will be regular, everyday people who own a few autonomous EVs that make a living owning and operating the fleet and the service. Next up, Tasha, Keeney, and Sam Chorus have done some great research on drone deliveries. The cost associated with the drone technology has collapsed, and the hardware costs falling, paired with the artificial intelligence becoming more sophisticated, is leading to these operations starting to scale. ARK sees the drone delivery market reaching $50 billion in revenues by 2025 and $275 billion by 2030, from near zero today. In this industry, we'll want to keep an eye on 3 key segments: delivery revenue, drone hardware sales, and mapping revenue. Do not overlook drone mapping. Drones can execute 3D mapping, surveying construction sites, and they take photos to create maps far more accurately and efficiently than any human surveyor on foot. Drones are going to revolutionize construction by creating contour maps, monitoring changes over time, and sharing data via the cloud. It will disrupt agriculture and farming so farmers can make data-driven decisions to increase their yields, and it will also revolutionize mining by improving on-site data feedback and management by offering real-time oversight of all operations. I could continue on here, but you should get the idea by now. Next up, ARK highlighted Orbital Aerospace, where satellite broadband revenues could hit $10 billion per year by next year in the US alone, and $40 billion globally over the next 5 to 10 years. ARK showed us there are 42 million Americans without access to broadband internet right now, making for a $10 billion addressable market. And then globally, there are another 3 billion people without access to the internet. And yes, globally, their cost for internet will be lower on average in terms of US dollars, but that still makes for a $40 billion addressable market. And listen, investment opportunities aside, just think about the opportunities that could be created for all of these people without internet now to eventually log on. The businesses that could be grown and started, the commerce that could take place, the lives that could be changed by having the same level of access to information that you and I have right now. What SpaceX and Starlink are doing is way bigger than just a revenue stream. And they're driving this innovation through falling satellite costs and a significant drop in rocket launching costs, thanks in part due to the advance of reusable rockets. And don't forget about ARK's projections for connected planes, trains, and EVs that is likely to hit $36 billion by 2025. But one of the bigger idea opportunities here is hypersonic flight. Yes, this still sounds like it's straight out of a sci-fi movie, but we see technology advancing rapidly, faster than most thought was possible. And just so you know, in the 1960s, NASA achieved hypersonic travel via propulsion with an X-15 jet, setting a 4,520 mile per hour speed record. The threshold for hypersonic flight is about 3,800 miles per hour. And don't worry, in future episodes, we'll dive deeper into the research and explaining what all of these different technologies really are and what it means for the future, so you know what to do to make sure you don't miss out. But according to ARK, passengers on short-haul flights are willing to pay $15,000 for every 2 hours saved by flying private. This would extrapolate to passengers and businesses being willing to pay $100,000 to save 13 hours on a 2 to 3 hour private hypersonic flight from New York City to Japan. If 2.7 million customers were to pay that much, that creates a $270 billion revenue stream annually. This brings us to a new idea, long-read sequencing. And real quick, if you're new, DNA sequencing is basically scientists reading the information from DNA strands.
And I think the biggest aha moment for us in the past year is that long-read sequencing is ready for prime time. Now, to give you a sense of long-read sequencing versus short-read sequencing, Illumina, which has been the poster child for the genomic revolution, in that 90 to 90% of all the base pairs of DNA being sequenced are on its machines. But they're short read, and Illumina has been unable to cross the chasm into long read. Long read, being able to read long sequences enables much more reliability, much more a more comprehensive view of the genomic profile, and more accuracy than short read does. So Illumina is going to be a bit disrupted here by long read sequencing. Illumina tried to buy the largest long read sequencing company out there, PacBio, and was rebuffed by the DOJ. Illumina knew that it was not going to be able to cross that chasm. And so it gave us an incentive to do more of a deep dive into long-read sequencing. And lo and behold, today it costs about $1,500 to $2,000 to sequence a whole human genome using long-read sequencing, compared to roughly $500 we're getting down to with short-read sequencing. The cost of goods sold for long read are about $1,500 as well, whereas for short read, they're in the low 200s and falling. Now, short read is still going to have a place in liquid biopsies, which is a big frontier for the detection of cancer at very early stages. So that's good. But we do think the market is over time going to move to long-read sequencing. So we're quite excited about the 82% compound annual rate of growth that we expect to see from long-read sequencing in the next 5 years.
There are a few new big ideas that I'm going to save for a future episode, as well as the deep dives into these disruptive technologies and many more. I thank you guys for watching. Please take a moment to like the video if you did, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. I hope that you have a great day.